Hello everybody and welcome to the Pokemon FireRed Poison Monolocke. We attempted this once and it didn't go so well because I wasn't paying attention. But now I'm awake, I'm lively, and hopefully we'll be able to do it. So without further ado, I may as well show you guys my rules. Hang on, just let me get that set up there. That should be okay for now. So basically, you know my rules. Usually they're just all the simple ones. First freeze, if a Pokemon dies, I can only catch the first, Pokemon faints, it dies, catch the first Pokemon every encounter, and I must nickname them to gain a bond and then, you know, feel bad about it later. Then I've got the dupes clause, which obviously means I can't get duplicate set mode because just to make the game harder. Items basically mean no items in battle, basically means I can't use potions. X items, the only items I can use in battle are Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, and berries that I already have, or any held items I should say, that I can put on the Pokemon, such as berries or boosting items. Mythicals doesn't really matter in this run since there are no poison mythicals, but that's just to restrict legendaries. Gym leaders and global caps 2 gym leaders will be justified on the left. They are equal to the lowest Pokemon they have, as well as I will restrict myself to the amount of Pokemon they have, like the anime, just to get that across. And then the ruler, if I lose a battle, game over, so I can't lose, I have to go through the game unbeaten. And the final rule is I can only use poison types. I've never done a Monolocke before, this is going to be somewhat interesting. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, I'm not surprised I misspelled. I did that at like 10 o'clock at night when I was tired. Just shows you I'm not an English major. Without further ado, we can just walk through this text. Lovely Professor Oak is getting in the mood, already giving us a poison type to work with in Nidoran Female. I always wonder why they chose Nidoran Female for that thing and not, you know, something more iconic like Pikachu, Eevee. Even something like Clefairy, Jigglypuff. Maybe even like something small like a Nidoran. Hey, I did well. The last time I did English properly was in in high school. I did fairly well on my English. I just don't know how to spell sometimes when I'm very tired. Let's give me your name. Always go with my name. And because it's the second run, we named our rival Cooper after the song Poison by Alice Cooper. What a guy. I could have called him Alice, but, you know. But Cooper's more the standard name. Yeah, okay, actually, going off the thing that I can't speak or can't read or can't write, if I got there in the end, I remember in my test, when they did my English language test, of just going, they told us to, like, try to put in, or try to go for more, they will actually not mark you down if you go for, like, really long words. So something, I don't know, like, dilapidated. I can't spell that word for the life of me. Couldn't even tell you how it's spelled. But if you put that word in and misspell it, they will mark you, they will give you, like, higher marks for some reason. If you just put a sort of smaller word, meaning the same thing, so dilapidated, ruined, they would give you higher marks for that. Right, we're going... Another thing I wanted to do as well was get the fame checker stuff, because I can never remember myself doing that, so we're going to talk to everyone, because that's fun. Oh, whoops, Daisy. I always wondered with Daisy, what is she like? I can't remember her in the anime, so, or in any other game. Does she actually have some, like, relevance? Because obviously, we're talking about the fame checker, she's in it. And I actually don't know what she does. Trainer tips. Press start to open said menu. Okay, I will. Okay, and then we got this guy. Technology is incredible. Now store and recall items of Pokemon via the PC. Oh, I remember. Oh yeah, of course, I've got to pick up all the antidotes that I'm going to use in this poison room. Press Rogue may not look like it, but he's an authority on Pokemon. Many trainers hold him in high regard. Cram full of Pokemon books. I'm trying to remember, is this the one? There's one of them that has like there's one of these bookshelves that has something like important. I think it was in Viridian City. What is it? Only Alex, Gramps isn't around. Do we have to read this note? There's an email here. Finally, the ultimate trainers of the Pokemon League are ready to take on all comers. Bring your Pokemon to see how you raise a trainer. Pokemon League HQ Indigo Plateau. See, I know nothing of the Pokemon manga. Is she in the anime? I couldn't tell you. Right over my head. And I think that's everyone. So we may as well... We'll do this first, actually. Did I get the potion? I did get the potion, right? Which one looks the most poisonish? Yeah, that one looks like sludge. I did get the potion. Good on me. Okay, now we'll wait for Oak to drag us in. Well, Chansey, that would explain a lot because there is a Clefairy painting in that house. I don't know. I've never seen Daisy before. Well, I have seen Daisy before. I've just never really thought about how integral of a character she is. Okay, let me just blast right through this. Right through this. Where can I go now? Okay, well, I'm just going to save here. Oh, you know what I will do as well? Turn off all of that stuff. What about you guys? I never really liked the help stuff. I mean, I appreciate it and what they're trying to do. It always just seemed to get in my way when I was a kid. Although, to be fair, it was a nice way of, teaching the ropes if you didn't know something. I usually went with L&R just because, from what I remember playing. just so you could, because the L&R buttons you rarely ever use in Pokemon. So that's why I always used to put them in. I'm gonna try and keep this with kaiju names, as we were trying to do in the first run. So hopefully we can get through them. I've got kaiju names for everything apart from Ghastly and Coughing. If you guys want to come up with 2 of those things, that'd be great. Quirky? I think Quirky's neutral, right? Should bring up my nature image. I always have it around somewhere. It's on my phone. Yep, Quirky is neutral. Okay, and here we go. Most people start the Nuzlocke when people get Pokeballs. I do not. If we lose this, we're going to have to restart and do it all over again. Probably should have saved. I think I did, actually. Oh, that's a nice one. Usually I get a Bulbasaur with 19. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You gotta appreciate, for me, I really do appreciate the sprites of Fire and Leaf Green. They get a lot of them really right in terms of they look, to me, they always look like how they do in the anime. Like Charmander, to me, probably, if he was just a slight lighter shade of orange, you probably got him. But the looks right on. Nice. Oh yeah, I was watching that video the other day, Shoxy, about beating FireRed You know, always. I never expected a Pidgey to be the problem. In terms of you not being able to complete it every time. I've not finished the video yet. I only watched about the first, what, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna get around to it today after the stream. Hopefully whilst I'm editing. But yeah, it's fun so far. I love how people can be like, take a really simple idea of, can I make a collection of patterns that would beat the game in always? I always find that, and then just take it to the extreme. Like, the amount of lines of code he must have wrote for that is, quite frankly, just, ridiculous. Saxra? I'll have a look up. So I'm not really, like, I've said it before, I'm a massive Godzilla fan. Me and my brother on New Year's Eve would sit up at my auntie's, because we always used to stay on my auntie's on Christmas Eve, and we used to watch old Godzilla films. Like even like the newer ones, like okay, some films I want to sit down because I like the director. He's got really good cinematography. Got a good collection of actors, it's got an interesting story, interesting plot, and, you know, I want to see where it develops. In other films, oh yeah, well I was going to say, with Weezing and Hidora, if you actually look at Hidora, it's more like a blob, which is why I've already got the name for Hidora as with Muck and Grimer, which fits better. But as I was saying, you know, some films, you know, like the great directors of our time, you know, like Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg, Stanley Kubrick. You want to watch those films because they're great. They're going to be a great piece of cinematography, and you can watch for ages and repeat and repeat. Other films, like, I don't know, the Godzilla films, I'm not really bothered that much about the subtext. I just want to watch, you know, two massive monsters beat the ever-loving crap out of each other. Go on, tell me this won't kill. There we go. From the abilities, it's more like Weezing, I will admit, but Hidora, if you look at it, it's definitely more like a blob. It's like, if you look at its forms, it's sludge. I know it can fly, but like, Hidora as a character in Godzilla or Kaiju, I guess we're gonna call it. It's sort of this amorphous blob that can do everything, and it's obviously meant to be pollution. Hey, I'll give you props. That's where my brain went first time when I was thinking of names for Coughing and Grimer. I was like, that's the pollution kaiju. Gotta get that one. I always wish they'd put in more of some of the old characters from Godzilla into the newer films. Like, I know obviously we got Godzilla, you got I'll get on to Mechagodzilla. I have a few opinions on that, was it Godzilla vs. Kong? I have problems with the design of Mechagodzilla in that film. It's not my cup of tea. But like Ghidorah, yeah, get him in, he's the main rival. Mothra, appreciate Mothra, we love Mothra. And then, you know, I think Rodan was in the King of the Monsters as well. But I was like, can we just have like more of the other dudes? Like, I want to see some of the more obscure kaijus in the newer films. I just want to see, you know, big monsters fight. Oh, it doesn't matter. If it's a kaiju, it's a kaiju. I don't mind. We'll definitely be. We'll have to stretch our use of some of the names. Definitely. For a journal, Professor Oak, Pokemon researcher, Oak previously lived with his grandchildren Daisy and Cooper. What happens to everybody's parents in this game? Do we actually know what happens to Gary's parents? Ah, it's from How to Train Your Dragon. Never mind. Fair enough. We'll figure out something. Like, coughing's probably one of the last encounters we'll get anyway, so I won't worry too much about it. We've got plenty of time to think of a nickname for it. Trying to think of anything else that we need to do. Is this private property? Is this really private property? Just talk to everyone because we want to get the fame checker stuff. And some of them you can never get again, unfortunately. Like, to be fair with Ghastly's pretty easy in terms of a name because we can just go with whichever kaiju has died the most and come back from the dead. Which, to be fair, if we get Mothra or we get like a female or a male Venonat, I'm probably going to call Ghastly that. Just on the fact of it, just on the back that Mothra keeps coming back. The boomerang of kaijus, that thing keeps dying and keeps coming back to life. But yeah, like, with Mechagodzilla and I think it's Godzilla vs. Kong, not a happy bunny with its design. I understand what they were going for, they wanted to make it look really mechanical, but I don't know, to me, I don't know. I just like my Mechagodzilla with just to look like a more like an actual version of Godzilla with just robotic features. Like I like the mirror. If you look at the like I like the mirroring of how he looks in the older ones. As stupid as they sound, because they look sodding awful because they're the men in suits. But I just like the designs of them. Okay, yep, you got your Pokedex. Then give me the Pokeball so the game can start. Thank you. Come on. Yep. Hate to say it, won't be necessary. Tell me sis boy, your time out, not to lend you one, don't come around my place after this. I do sort of wish that the rivals in Pokemon were like more like Gary. Instead of being helpful, I wish they were just purely assholes. I do appreciate a good asshole as a rival. Just someone who you damn right hate. You love to hate. Okay, and yep, see the Clefairy here? Yeah. Again, just finish this off. Really, the fans call the Kanto War the Great Pokemon War. Is it the same as the one that is the war that was involving AZ and all those? Because I was gonna say that's one of the things that I always found weird about the war. That would make sense, yeah. The war was between Kanto and Johto, because it would make sense as well that they split it. But the problem with that is, if they did win, how come they share the Indigo Plateau? How do they share that? You would think relations between two regions or rival regions would be not good. So why would they share? Rights over the Pokemon League. And also, how would they even, come together and justify having a Pokemon League of the best trainers? Because as far as I know, all the trainers that are on the Pokemon that are in the Pokemon League come from Kanto, apart from Lorelei, who's in the Sevi Islands, I think. So, and clearly all the Johto boys won't be happy about that. Yeah, there's been at least 3 Pokemon Wars. Well, I'm thinking the one there's obviously the one that Surge talks about. There's the one that AZ was involved in where he uses the ultimate weapon because he's like 1,000 years old. And then there's a third one, which I definitely remember. Yeah, I knew about that. The fact that the more you beat the Elite Four, the more plushies that become in that appear in Lorelei's room. I like the idea that you beat her and her way of coping is to buy plushes. That's, you know, I liked Lorelei before, but now I like her a bit. I like her more and more. We all have our coping mechanisms, I guess. Because I'm trying to think, because I'm sure that Lance, I don't know, I just can't imagine it being between Joe and Kanto. The war. Oh yeah, the ancient war. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember in Galo, that was a war. I remember the stories of those games, definitely. Nods. Completely remember it. What a memorable time. Right. I always forget how slow this is now compared to other Pokemon games. I am a big lover of games that chuck you right in the deep end. Give you, like, my friend was telling me about this because he just bought Starfield, and he was just being like, really, in terms of how much hand holding they do through that game, like, when they pigeonhole you. I'll just make sure that Pokemon thing as well, because it's not doing what I want it to do. There you go, change it up. Just noticed that. Sorry about that. I don't like having the Gen 6 sprites. They don't, to me, look very good. I like having the artwork clean. There we go. And to be fair, we're keeping with the poison theme. This guy is definitely, he's just caught a Weedle. Everyone's helping us out, it seems. Close closed, wonder who the leader is. Well, we'll find him eventually, and we'll have to see who the better poison trainer. I know he's a ground type dude, but the guy cheats. He's got a Kangaskhan. And as we all know, Kangaskhan, not a ground type. Right, but we gotta go now looking for a Weedle. Now, if I remember correctly, in Route 2, Weedle's like I think 5% chance of happening. So the biggest problem we've got here is not over leveling Bulbasaur. Will do. Yeah, we want to go get... We can guarantee a Weedle in here. We can't really guarantee a Weedle in Viridian Forest, hence why we're going out here first. Because we could get a Kakuna, and I would quite like a Beedrill that has Poison Sting rather than doesn't. So what we'll do is we'll probably stop here and come back when we find a Weedle. Okay? Okay. See you guys in a moment. Okay, and hello everybody, we're back. Found our Weedle. And Leech Seed and Growlithe, just because we're not going to get poisoned by Poison Sting, we just need to outlast it, basically. It's a war of attrition. So you know what we'll do, just to be sure? We'll just turn down the audio and speed it up for you guys, so you don't have to put up with me. Put up with this delay a little bit. We'll just get him down. We're not going to do damage, we're just going to be weakening him. We'll growl. Once we get into yellow, we'll start chucking balls. Hence the ball chucking. And here we go. Yeah, there's no, oh, damn. Weedle, you know, doing the 3 clicks at me, basically going, no, it's not going to be that easy, so. Or maybe it is. Okay, and that'll be all our encounters until we beat Brock. Weedle, hairy bug Pokemon. Often found in forests and grasslands as a sharp toxic barb around 2 inches over the top of its head. Like we did last time, I did call this one Megalon because although Megalon is more, it's an insect, but it's obviously more sea-like because it's like a beetle, and it's meant to be like the protector of the seas or something, from what I remember from the film. It does have like massive drill appendages, which Beedrill has as well. So you know, Megalon, Beedrill, doing the handshake there over having some. I always wondered that. How does Beedrill actually do certain things in terms of like? I don't know, it's got drills for hands. How does it pick up stuff? Because I don't know how Pokemon, well, what Beedrills do in their daily life. Are they like bees? Do they collect honey? Do they just go around the neighborhood? You know, drilling through other weak Pokemon. These are the questions we don't know. Sassy is, I want to say a speed down nature. It is. It's a speed down special defense. Well, it's not the most terrible thing in terms of a nature. It could be worse. I mean, you know, gotta use that Beedrill against the Alakazam for the Twin Needle. Gotta get that super effective move. That's not what the plan's going to be on Alakazam. I have no idea what the plan is on Alakazam is going to be. We'll figure out something though. True, he is more of a soldier bee, so he'd be out. Oh well, that's the thing then. He wouldn't even be out, would he? He'd be in a hive, protecting his queen. But this Beedrill is a queen. Because it's a female. And as anyone who's watched bee videos, which I don't know, sometimes I go on mad little like viewing things and watching weird stuff, and at 2 o'clock in the morning I'm just watching videos about what happened about like beehives and stuff, and I'm learning so weird. See, this is why we didn't go into Viridian Forest, because you can pick up Kakunas and they suck. You get Harden, you don't get anything else, it all sucks. Basically have to switch it in for 2 turns. At least Weedle knows Poison Sting. But anyway, I'll go down on like watching sprees and be like, okay, I want to see what happens when what happens when you put in a new like queen bee into a hive, and it's just mildly interesting. I don't think I'd ever keep bees because I don't want to get stung at all. I've been stung once between 2 fingers when I was 7 and have a traumatic experience from it. I know a bee sting isn't that much painful, but the positive is I get my own honey, which I would like. Honey's pretty cool. You can put it in my tea, make other stuff with it. I don't know. It's all the regalia you'd have to go into having your own beehive. Oh, you're allergic to bees. Oh yeah, also that's probably another thing I wouldn't want. Well, I'm just thinking for the future, for myself. Yeah, I'm probably not going to have bees because I want dogs as well, and dogs, if you don't know, are also quite allergic to bees. Oh well, the stings at least, so it's not a good idea the two would mix. I don't know. I'm definitely one of those who wants to like, I want to have like my own stuff in terms of like making my own things. I'd like to do like have a couple chickens for eggs, that sort of deal. I won't mind that. That'd be fun. Also, you get to experience like so I'd like to have a family. And I could like have the kids like help with the chickens, and then pray to God the dogs don't eat them. But I wouldn't mind being like, I want to be more self-sustainable. Yeah, I remember the potion that's in front of the last trainer with a level 9 Weedle. I remember this game fairly well. First few battles are just me eating the ever-loving Christ out of these dudes and hoping that Violante doesn't overlevel. Ah, the crit. I think I remember most hidden items in this game just from experience, because there's the antidote that's on the tree which we got, then there's this antidote that's coming up here, then there's the potion that we got on the Pokeball, then there's a Pokeball to the right in the little cubby hole after the evolved stuff, and then there's the potion that's below the dude who's the last trainer. Yeah, I think I know my Pokemon pretty well. Let's try and heal up here instead of getting hit too much. Yeah, but talking about why I did about wanting to do a poison. Oh yeah, well of course. I do like some hidden items, like I don't mind it in this game as well, because to be fair, the hidden items are like, the item finder sucks in this game, and I think it's the same in Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald as well, but I really, really do appreciate the fact that they have like little, if you notice, say with the berries is a good example, they put like little like divots in the grass where something is, which I appreciate it. Okay, so do we switch in here? Beautiful. Just if it's a Caterpie, I want to take my chances. Come on. Come on. Come on, Poison Point, Poison Sting chance. Also, we've got the chance of getting String Shot. I just want Megalon to get as much EXP as he can on his own, and we're not going to get that from Kakunas or Weedles because, you know, 40 turns of Poison Sting is not fun for anybody. Come on. Wait, hang on. Does Caterpie have Shield Dust that protects it from like added effects or something like that? It might do. I can't remember. There we go. Question is, do we go back and heal or do we not? I've got enough potions, we should be fine. Biolante's at a high enough level where I shouldn't need to worry about him. Okay, here we go. So we're out of our level range here, so just swap back in. Okay, and do we go for a Leaf Seed Steiner? Probably. I went for poison types because of the weird like I was looking for a type that was affluent enough in the early game that we can go for a full run, because I don't like the runs where they're like, okay, and I'm gonna do a steel type run in platinum or diamond and pearl, but I'm gonna use Piplup for the first gym because it grows into a steel type, and that's not really sort of my deal. I think to me, if you want to do a proper Monolocke, you have to have one from the start right to the end, or basically the start. Like, I don't know, like when you get Pokeballs, for instance. I know it restricts what types what Pokemon you can get, but that's just the way it's the way I look at it anyway. Well, I went with Poison because there's a lot of interesting types here. A lot of interesting type combinations. Like you've got Grass and Poison with, you know, oddish Bellsprout and Bulbasaur. You've got Bug Poison with the likes of Weedle. You've got Bug Poison Flying with the likes of Zubat. You've got Standard Poison. You've got Ghost and Poison, Ghastly from the Gengar line. I am allowed to get the Gengar, by the way. I'm allowing trade evolutions in this. You can have Venonat, another Bug Poison. You can have some like Nidoran with the Nidokings, which is Poison Ground. You know, there's so many different combinations. Tentacle, Water Poison. I just find it very interesting how you can get away with there's so many different poison types in Generation 1. Which is weird, because Generation 1's not really known for its diversity of typings, I don't think. You know, how many normal types or water types or, you know, grass poison types are in this game? Like, for all the grass types that are in this game, how many of them also come across, how many of them come with poison added on? Ah, you're the Kakuna one. Well, this is gonna be fun. I'm hoping to get through, hopefully, the first two gyms today. Like, I feel like we can get through this, Brock, Mount Moon, Misty, And maybe we can get to Gary. That is about the same. Yep. That is definitely about the same. But yeah, I'd love to go back. I'd love to do some monologues through other games once I've beaten them standard wise. Like, I think it was between this and doing like a black or white Nuzlocke, which I'd also love to do at some point. And I just really wanted to do this because it was coming around the time where we usually like. I think this is my. I've been going for 2 years now, doing like streaming and content, stuff like that. I'm, you know, maybe we'll get to Infinite Fusion sometime. Maybe. I don't know. It still doesn't interest me that much. But hey, I'll give like I probably will end up playing Emerald Rogue before I play Infinite Fusion, but I won't mind it. Again with the Weedles. I have to be careful here. Especially about leveling up. It'll be a pain in the ass. In future, if I do screw up this run, maybe I should just take the gamble and go into Thinking Forest. No, I get a Kakuna, But it's just the fact that just the fact of the guarantee, you get a guaranteed Weedle in Route 2, as long as you wait. Not like 5%, it's not too bad. Again, hopefully I just switch back, and we should. We'll just be string shotting. Want to conserve our poison stings, Leech Seed will do the rest. Just because I don't want to go back to the Pokemon Center in Viridian. Probably just turn off the audio and speed it up because we all know what's going to happen from here. He's not going to be able to kill me. I'm just going to keep string shotting each other until one of us gives out. And for some reason, the AI has some weird obsession with making sure it's faster than you at some points. So it might always go for a string shot more just to make sure it's either keeping up with you or it's faster than you. It has a problem. What I remember of it, with stat boosts. Like, if you watch my Emerald Nuzlocke, which I've done 2 of, I failed on both of them actually. An interesting point is which I've noticed is Nose Pass, like Roxanne's Nose Pass, will tend to always go for Harden as its first move, and then usually followed by a Block or a Rock Tomb. I don't know why, it just seems to do that for some reason. This is the guy with the level 8 Caterpies, right? Or 7. He must have a level 7 and a level 8, and that's why I remember him. Okay, well hopefully we can take out one and split the experience with Bulbasaur for the other. You know what, I'll have a look at Caterpie's ability and see how on the money I was about the shield dust. Oh ho ho ho. How right was I? Come on, no crits now. No crits. in. Fixing something there. There you go, there's my level 7, so there's my Kakuna. The thing is, will I get to level 8 and not learn Harden? Now that's the real conundrum. So there's 4, so it'll be 8, 29. Switch into Biolante now. Right, and then just finish off the tackles. Yeah, again, just I love the sprites. Like, Caterpie to me on point. Weedle, it's okay. Kuna on point. Metapod, fairly good. Woodcatcher Anthony, boo-hoo, nothing went right. Well, you know, it happens. Actually, you know what, Weedle's alright. I think my problem with the Weedle sprite here is the way it looks in terms of, like, it's sat on the floor and its tail's up. I always think of Weedle more like how its artwork is. To the right of me on the team sheet, where it's got its head up and its body is sort of carrying it. I think that's my issue with Kakuna. I'm completely fine with. What a guy. I always thought the thing was cool with Kakuna, what they did with the like the sprite work in was it Red and Blue? Were pardon me. Just the fact that I think it was Kakuna that had, was it like the little like is it like tendrils or jab things? Ooh, I should have healed. You know, like Kakuna's sprite from Red and Blue. It might be yellow, I can't remember. It's its sprite from Red and Blue, yeah. Where it's got like you can see like it's looks like little I can't describe it. It's got like little like hooks that comes out. I always thought that was cool. Like, we never really see Kakuna do that again. I always wondered why. It's a shame. I guess it makes no sense because otherwise you would have you'd want Kakuna to have a, you know, be more like Metapod and have no sort of way to attack apart from, you know, headbutting the enemy, I guess. Okay, and here we go. Did you know that Pokemon evolve? No, not at all. Definitely didn't know that. Beautiful. Oh, Megalon, what are you doing to me, boy? You can't do it all at once. You've got to build me up. You can't just crit him and poison. That's a way to a man's heart. Come on. No shed skin. You watch it now. I'm going to go for a Harden just for the sake of it. You watch this. You watch this breakout of Shed Skin will activate now. Tail sounds pretty good. Oh well, still not hitting as hard as I'd like Megalon, but I'll allow it. Trying to conserve my poison stings because we've got another Weedle. Oh, we've got another Metapod coming up. And we know how awkward those guys can be. It's all because I know that I have to beat. Oh well, Biolante's on 12, the level cap's 12. It's more just about keeping Biolante under. Does it really? Only has a shield as an ability. I never. Well, it's one of those. I like Caterpie. I like Butterfree. I just never remember what their abilities are. Oh well, I never remember what Caterpie's ability is because you have it for what till level 7, and then you just go, okay, Kakuna Metapod. Metapod Butterfree, sorry. So it's one of those where you just go, why do I need to know this information? I mean, it's a good thing to know that I'll never get poisoned with Caterpie on the team, I guess. I think Weedle has Poison Point if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I think it does have Poison Point. Okay, now the question is, do I put the added poison in, or do I go for the hardens just for the sake of it, and let the poison do the damage? Really? It has Shield Dust as well, Weedle. Okay, interesting. Let's look at that. What does Leddyba have then? We'll go through all the bugs. There you go, there's the Shed Skin. Leddyba has Swarm or Early Bird. I remember it having Early Bird. Early Bird is like, reduces the turns that you will fall asleep for. Swarm just boosts. Swarm's like Overgrow or Torrent, but for Bug. If I remember correctly. Is it Spinarak that has Poison? That has Poison Point? No, Spinarak has Swarm or Insomnia. Come on, I just need a poison, please. Come on. I don't think this Poison Sting's gonna kill. Oh, thank God, right. Cool. Work for me. That'll do. That will more than do. Wurmple has Shield Dust, I remember that. I'm just trying to think of all the bug types now that have, or what their abilities are. Scatterbug has it? Yeah, it makes sense. What about the Gen 5 bug? What about... Where's the Gen 5 bug? Venipede, I think, has... It's really weird that in Generation 5 you get Venipede and... Or you get those bug types really, really late compared to when you usually do, because you get Purloin, you get Lilliput, you get Patrat, but you don't get a bug type until, I think, Pinwheel Forest. That's Venipede and Swaddle? Swaddle probably has it. I'd be shocked if it didn't. But I'm pretty sure Venipede has Poison Points, because I remember using Scolipede. Because I like the look of that guy. Again, like I always say with Gen 5, Scolipede. Really, really, you know, thumbs up from me in terms of design. Leave Annie another one, and then you just got. It's really weird Generation 5 for me. I think it's because they had to make 151 new Pokemon or whatever they made, That's what they were going for. It's just the fact that you've got really stark highs in terms of quality Pokemon design, and lows as well. That always annoys me about Generation 5, because I'm like, you've got Golurk, you've got Bisharp, you've got, I don't know, a third Pokemon that's really good in design, in terms of design. I don't know, Leavanny I like, Scolipede I like Lilligant and Whimsicott's okay. But then you've got this really ugly Pokemon as well, like you've all rehashes of other Pokemon. Stuff like, I don't know, did anyone really care that we've got Buffalant? Tauros with an afro? Does anyone really care that we got the, you know, I'm trying to think of other Pokemon I really dislike from Generation 5. I don't know, it's more the rehashes that annoy me. Like, we just get rehashes of older Pokemon. It's not the fact that Bufalant's not a good Pokemon in terms of what it actually, how good it is. I just think the design's fairly lazy. In terms of, you've already made a bull Pokemon. Could you have... I don't know. If they'd have just gone for, like, got rid of a lot of Pokemon out of Generation 5, that are a lot of regens, and just stocked them up with what they did in Black and White 2, which was just add Pokemon from the previous generations, I feel like I wouldn't have these issues. Like, if they just started the game off with something like Rattata, Lilliput, Purloin I can deal with. Like Mandibles. Mandibles, you talk about Buffalant, right? No, I'm not sold on Buffalant, but Mandibles is such a great design. Beautiful. But I don't know, it's just a stark contrast of Pokemon I like and Pokemon I dislike in terms of design. Zebstrika. Blitzel was a great idea. An electric zebra. Cool. And then you ruined it with Zebstrika because it's just so goddamn ugly. And as well, you got rid of the best part of Blitzel was it was cute, and it had the lightning bolt as in terms of like a mohawk, like the little thingy that like zebras have. Chandelar's a great answer. Chandelar is a great design. Candle, lamp, chandelier. I love that. I know a lot of people meme on it a little bit because of the because of what it is. I stand by it. Chandelar's beautiful. Beautiful design. Galvantula, personally one of my favourites as well. Yeah, that's a great example. Like the ice cream Pokemon. Oh, the Pokemon that looks exactly like trash. Oh, I don't know, like Seismitoad, like that Seismitoad line was always weird to me. Just because of how it looks in terms of, like, it has a face. It's a tadpole with a face, and then it loses the face and just becomes a standard toad. Like, you know, it doesn't invent the wheel, and you could have just put Poliwag in. I don't know. I just feel like they had so many good designs. But if they just got rid of most of the copies, like, to be fair, I don't mind Unpheasant. Like, Unpheasant as a design, like with the masks, okay, and that's interesting. But just the fact when they rehash a character, they rehash, like, you know, I don't know, Pidove, which is a pigeon, which they've already done. I'm like, you have a pigeon Pokemon, use it. Or think of a different bird. I don't know, they have really they do have some really interesting things though. Like Golurk I like. Haxorus I find interesting with the tusks. Trying to think what else. Just because there's loads of Pokemon. Oh yeah. Deerling I think's great. You know, I know that the season mechanic didn't go down great, but I like it. Yeah, I really like Deerling and Sawsbuck in terms of Pokemon. I'm not a big fan of Thingy, to be honest. Like, I like Samurott and I like Oshawott, but it's one of those of I feel like they could have done better in terms of design, in terms of how it gets to where it is. Because to me, Samurott and Oshawott look nothing alike. Like, Duot and Oshawott look about right, but yeah, budget Golem, Gigalith, yeah. To be fair, I didn't mind Roggenrola and Bulldog, but why does Gigalith suddenly grow eyes for some reason? Even though it doesn't have eyes before. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And literally Woobat and Swoobat, could you be, you know, any more on the nose in terms of, yeah, we're just maybe copying Pokemon we've done before. It's one of those when you can just you can go through each and every one of those Pokemon. I don't mind Drillbur because Drillbur's an actual mole. Like, obviously it looks very different to something like Dugtrio, and they took it a different way. I don't mind if you try and take it like another design but a different way. That's why I passed with Unpheasant. That's why, you know, Drillbur gets a pass. It's when you just go for something that's blatantly just blatantly similar that I get sort of annoyed. Where I'm like, you could have done something that's more interesting here. Like, okay, as much as people like Vanillish isn't meh, like, at least it was somewhat, you know, different in terms of, oh, it's an ice cream Pokemon. It looks interesting, I guess. Like, yeah, Alomomola. Yeah, there you go. Got it right. Like, you are right. It's basically just like, why is it not an evolution for Love Disc or something else like that, to that sort? You know, what Basculin? What is the point of Basculin? Maractus. There's another one. Yes, I've made a cactus Pokemon. Oh, we already have one of those, and it's better. You know, I've made the point of I'm not really sold on Cacturne in terms of a design choice, in terms of the hat that it has, but it looks, you know, cooler than Maractus. I don't mind them having, like, weird one-off Pokemon. Like, Sigilif's pretty cool, just in terms of design choices and the way it looks. Which one's quite boring. Like, Maractus is just boring. Alomomola is a boring. Have we talked to everyone in town? You know, Basculin, it took us until Legends Arceus for it to actually be useful, or be somewhat, you know, likable. They made Basculegion, and that's pretty cool. I like the LGM line, to be fair, because aren't they aliens? They actually put some effort into that. I don't mind the idea, because if you actually like, maybe it's because I've watched the anime and you got a bit more lore for LGM and BHM, where they're apparently like aliens and they, you know, they talk through the lights, from what I remember. I don't mind. I give LGM and BHM a pass, personally. Okay. Get rid of this guy's dialogue. I don't know if this guy will ever actually be on the fame checker, but you never know. tried. "10,000 light years from facing Brock. That is a long distance. A very long distance." Yeah. A Moongus and a Foongus and a Moongus, I didn't mind. I mean, it's a different spin on something like the Bulbasaur sort of like not the Bulbasaur, the Voltorb, because I was about to switch to Bulbasaur. Sort of deal. I didn't mind that. There's just any Pokemon that is mildly like you. I just want all I want is something interesting. In terms of, give me something to care about this Pokemon. Is it because it's got a cool design? Is it because of some way it interacts with the actual world of Pokemon? Like Dealing, it reacts in terms of it has a different form depending on what season it is. You know, give me something that I can, give me something to like it, and make me endear it. Make me endear it to me, basically. Make me like it. When you've just got some generic designs, and it's not the fact you can't have, you can't have Pokemon with generic designs. I'm not saying you can't do that, but just, don't rehash stuff that you've already, Patrat was Trodden Road, and although Patrat and Watchog are a sort of different take on it, they probably didn't really need to be made, if we're being honest. You could have had Lillipup and Purloin, and they could have been the starting ones. If you lose Patrat, do you lose much? You know what I'm saying? Or if you lose Boldor and replace it with Geodude, have you lost much of value? Same thing with Pidove and Pidgey. The evolution monkeys don't really do out for me, like the Pansage, Pampor, and Pansear. I understand why they're there, but they don't really, do I ever want to use them outside of getting past the first gym? There's our Big B. Lightyear, you're pretty hot, but not as hot as Brock. Oh, I thought I was going to say, light years are a measure of whatever. Can't remember now. The distance? Yeah, distance, not time. Okay, well, we'll put Megalon in to soak up EXP from the Geodude. The Geodude's probably going to go for, I'd assume Defense Curl. It doesn't have a rock move, from what I remember. Lovely sprite for Geodude, by the way. I always judge my sprites of how closely do they look to the anime. So I think the more stuff you see, and obviously that's how I imagine they would look. You see them at the most time. And then there's Onyx, who looks like he's having Vietnam flashbacks. Small pupils, gasping mouth. Looks like you could have Onyx committed to an insane asylum, unfortunately. Wait, what? Dry skin Parasect? Parasect doesn't have dry skin, does it? Surely not. Oh my god, it does. Oh, for people who don't know, dry skin is an ability that it reduces HP, I believe, if it's sunny. And then if it gets hit with water, it restores HP. Like a water move, what I remember. So, if you don't know, Parasect has... It's bug and grass, which means it has a 4 times weakness to flying, a 4 times weakness to fire, and on top of that, you're giving it dry skin, which means it hurts even more. So essentially, this thing is just dead in heat. And also, if you want to chuck more fuel on the fire, it also has a in Generation 1, Poison is also 4 times weak to... It's also is a 2 times weak to bug as well as grass, so there's another 4 times weakness they changed. Yeah. Is there an alternate one to dry skin, by the way? Is like something that like stops fire moves, maybe? I don't know. Maybe they could have done that for Paris as like a hidden ability, and that would have been cool. Basically takes out its biggest weakness. Because not many people... A lot of people use fire moves. Not many people probably use poison or flying. Well, most people use flying, but... It's more flying moves that people... would use. I'm just spitballing here. How would you make that Pokemon usable? That's how I'd look at it. When I make a new Pokemon, I'm not thinking about, okay, and how does it, you know, does it look good? Does it do this? Because I'm not an artist. My first port of call is making a Pokemon that I want people to use. If I was designing Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination. Like, is it viable? Can I make a Pokemon that's viable and then work on the design? Because you can tweak a design. You can always tweak a design. If a Pokemon's not viable, you can always, you know... I don't know. I just feel like you're seeing like Nintendo basically going back through with all the evolutions and the alternate forms that they're making, basically going back through each game and going, well, this idea sucked, let's change it. And surprise, surprise, a lot of them are Gen 2 Pokemon. Because Gen 2 had a lot of not great Pokemon. I don't know if they weren't sure about making a whole new set of Pokemon in Generation 2, so they put a lot of Generation 1 in, so that they'd sell the game, or they just didn't feel like having a lot of new Pokemon would work. Here's a pair of running shoes, my beloved challenger. Remember, always cheer for you, don't give up, love, Mom. Aww, ain't that just sweet? Right then, we've got to get another encounter. So, let's go and take on some of the bug trainers first, I guess. Bugcatcher Colton. Go with that Fury attack. Let's see the damage. Look at my big B go. Oh yeah, I should put the badge on while we're at it. Those more observant of you would have noticed I switched it off as the intro was rolling. As always, I'm very planned, very prepared. Okay, so we want to get past these guys. We're going to go get an encounter in Route 3 and also in Mount Moon. Those two encounters are well, we have a choice actually. In Route 3, it's Nidoran or Nidoran. Male or female. Personally, it doesn't matter to me which one we get. I'd personally prefer... If we're splitting hers, I'm not really bothered, but if we're splitting hers, I'd probably go for the Nidoking. That line, the male line, just because... it's got more power, and for what we will need it to do, Nidoran is a massive part of that. We're going to need basically Nidoran, or Nidoking, sorry, or Nidoqueen, to do extremely well in the third gym battle. That's the first probably big stretch we've got to do. We've got to beat from Misty to Surge, and from probably that Koga Sabrina split's probably a bit annoying as well. Koga not so much, it's more Sabrina, because of course we have knee-type disadvantage. Okay. Now we've got this. I'm thinking, do I heal here? For the sake of it. Yeah. I want to get Beedrill up to snuff. And we have to take on these trainers anyway to get through this. You will have to take on a trainer. You'll have to take on 2 of these guys and the bug catcher that's also to the right of us. You can do that. Okay. Keep going. Ah, Kakuna. Well, let's hope these Fury attacks go through. Aramaka has the weakest special attack of all fire type, but really? Its special attack's that poor? I've never noticed that. Didn't it learn a fair few fire moves as well? Yeah, damn, that is a low special attack. Wow. I'll give you one in return. Oddish has better attack than Onyx. Or Swaddle, I think, has better attack than Onyx. It always tickles me when people people who don't know like Pokemon that well, they look at Onyx and they're like, they see what they remember from the anime of like, it's this big lumbering behemoth rock snake. Oh, of course it's powerful. And I'm like, yeah, it really is. Yeah, of course it is. Then I'm just like, yeah. Do you know that the weed Pokemon hits harder than it? It's a shame, because I don't mind Onyx, you know. And it does get balanced out when you get Steelix, so... Like, Steelix did fix some of Onyx's shortcomings. Steel type being the obvious one. But it also, I think, given it a healthy attack boost, if I'm remembering correctly. Vikavolt is outsped by Caterpie. Did not think about that. I've not even used a Vikavolt since I've played Sun and Moon for the first time and I was going through the motions. Vikavolt ain't even any good. Just from what I remember, I don't remember it being exceptional. Like if you said, do you want a bug electric type, I'm taking Galvantula every step of the way. Love me some spiders. Okay, and then there's this dude who is the final one. Pupitar is faster than something like Donphan. That doesn't surprise me though, because I know a lot about... Oh wait, Vikavolt's pure electric? No, I thought it was bug electric. See what I mean? There's so many Pokemon now, you just forget a load of stuff. Nah, Vikavolt's bug electric. It says here on Bulb, I'm just looking up on Bulbapedia. I have a soft spot for Donphan ever since the first Pokemon movie. Yeah, is that Perugly by any chance? Who's faster than Mega Latios? Perugly is deceptively quick. As I think we all found out in the Valley Windworks in Diamond and Pearl, first time we were playing that game. That is one fat, deceptive cat. Nah, it's bug electric and has levitate. I was thinking why you were thinking that, because I was thinking like, well, it goes from, and forgive me, I can't remember, I think it's Grubbin is its base evolution, right? And it goes from Charger Bug, because it's the bus Pokemon, is how I remember it. It looks like a bus. And then goes to Vikavolt. And Rayquaza is slower than a Love Disc. Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, the legend, the representation of the sky is slower than a heart-shaped fish. Nice. To be fair, isn't Love Discs that only love, isn't like speed Love Discs only stat that's decent? Okay, just dodge her. Attaboy. Yeah, I'll show you now what I mean by hidden item, with the hidden items. And then we'll get our encounter. Here. See what I mean, like with hidden items? There's a little divot there. You see it. Do appreciate that. So let's heal up, and then we'll go get our encounter for Route 3. I believe there is a 1% chance in the Nidoran female, and I want to say about a 15% chance of getting the Nidoran male here, so we're just going to have to roll and see which one we get. Like I say, it doesn't really matter, but I would probably prefer the Nidoran male if I was pushed. There's the Spearow. I'll be worried that we don't die to these guys. Spearows do have Peck, where Pidgey doesn't learn a flying move until level 9? I want to say level 9? Sounds about right, right? That's our Nidoran. Okay, well, what do we want to do, huh? What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to weaken it using Poison Stings. So we're going to turn off the audio and speed this up for you guys. Poison Sting did a lot more damage than I expected it to. Well, chuck balls, I guess. Oh, damn, it broke out right away. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Thing is, I don't want to crit, and then he'll probably die off the back of it. So, just go with the catch. Come on. Come to Papa. Come home, Nidoran. Come on, there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Come on. There we go. That's a good boy. Nidoqueen does learn Body Slam, but I don't know. I'm thinking for Raichu beating him with Digs hard. Anyway, Nidoran male, poison pin Pokemon. Its large ears are flapped like wings. When it's listening to distant sounds, it extends toxic barbs when angered. One of the reasons I want to go for Nidoran male is just because of the increased attack. That's all. The less hits I have to get on Raichu, which, as we all know with Lieutenant Surge Raichu, it likes to double team. So the less turns I have, the more power I do when hitting, I'd quite appreciate it, so I don't have a chance to miss. We were going to call this one, was it Anguirus? That's one of Godzilla's first ever dudes like he studies for, if I remember correctly, because Anguirus has been around that long that I believe it's a friend to Godzilla. Okay, let's see it. Please have a good nature, please have a good nature. That's not a good nature, that's attack down, speed up. From what I remember. Because I've used timid for a fair few special attackers. Yep. Ah well. It's not the worst. We're just gonna have to dig our heels in and suffer, I guess. Like I said, we can fall back on Nidoqueen if we ever need someone else that's a ground poison type later on, so it's not the be all and end all. I don't think we'll be taking both of them to the Elite Four with us. Right, let's try and get this Zubat. Please do not flinch. Oh, that is something. Right. Yeah, I'm not saying it can't be used. Natures are not the be all and end all. They just help. Yeah. Zubat, bat Pokemon, has no eyes, instead it relies on its ultrasonic cries for echolocation to flit about in the darkness. And then gains eyes from Golbat. I couldn't really think of a bat kaiju, so we looked up one, didn't we? I've got the name wrote down here from last time. Yep, Gengar, yeah. I was going to say, we're probably going to be using a lot of special moves on Gengar. Gengar doesn't really get really good ghost type moves until this physical special split where they had to make special ghost moves, and then Gengar became a lot better. Although it's still pretty good, because ghost types are pretty good. Right then. Let's give these two some levels. Slowly building the team. Right? Oh, he's Gen 6 competitive. Mega Evolution Gengar, yeah. Yeah, Pixelate Sylveon, not bad. I remember using, was it a Azumarill with Play Rough? Or for when I'm thinking about fairy types? I remember playing some weird Pokemon back in Gen 6 days. Rotom Wash was probably one of the more frequent ones I remember using. Okay, now we just go back through and beat all these guys. Hyper Beam's okay. Does it not have something like does it not have a better move than Hyper Beam to use in terms of, you know, obviously Hyper Beam can miss, Hyper Beam's got a 2-turn limit. Ferroform, yeah, fair enough. Ferroform grew on me. I have a shiny Ferroform on one of my games somewhere. It grew on me as a Pokemon. So obviously it's very defensive, and I wasn't really a big fan of. For a seed, I liked his sort of design, but I don't know. I was never sold on the evolution of Ferroform in terms of look. Well, I got over it, and it's pretty good. Yes, I can imagine you with a Pixelate on a Hydreigon. That would obliterate it. I think what another tactic I used to do was weakness policy with a multi-scale Dragonite. That was beautiful. Because the amount of people that would use something would obviously go for a move, and then just I'd love to just slam into them on the back crack. So obviously Dragonite's not that quick, but it is fairly bulky. I need to switch that guy in. Get out of the debuffs. Yep, now switch back in. True, but then you have to worry about the Hyper Beam taking out the Sylveon. Because the fact you have to recharge. Double-edged sword, I guess. When I was building my teams, it was always, how can I win with certain strategies that don't have have no or little downside to them. Just use fear. Yes. Yeah, just go into a tournament with just fear, with just that Rattata. Be awesome. I mean, weirder stuff's happened, to be fair. Person's won worlds with Pachirisu. I don't think anybody expected that. Even Donphan can use something like fear. That would be cool. I do like my Donphan. Do have a soft spot for that elephant. I was so happy when it got like new forms announced for Scarlet and Violet. And I do like the form they gave it. They gave it in terms of the older form, like the primal form. I just wish they make them. I don't know. I'm sort of like I'm on a because I've not played it all the way through Scarlet and Violet yet. I'm sort of on the things of how the primal forms or the future forms or whatever, the paradox form, that's the word. How I feel about them in terms of there just being alternate forms. Or, well, no, separate Pokemons, I should say. And not like alternate forms or evolutions or whatever. I don't know, I'm sitting on that quandary. Yeah, is it both the which forms? Because both of those have future forms and like primal forms or whatever you want to call them. Well, all four, like, is it all four of them? Like, all four forms? So both forms and both future and both past forms of Donphan and Volcarona have been, like, I've not seen anything in terms of, like, showdown or the competitive, like, scene, what works and what doesn't. I'm an old cranky man now. Switch. I mean, Volcarona is just great anyway. Well, not a lot of, like, there's a reason Volcarona was fairly late game in terms of evolutions, because it's really good. Like, the amount of moves, its moveset, combined with its stats, pretty damn... I don't mind Ancient Volcarona. I'm not really sold on a lot of the future ones. Like, the future one I wasn't really sold on. I'm not really sold on a lot of the future forms, to be honest. Hence why I bought Scarlet. And not Violet. Do I go into this with... What we'll do is I think we'll do this girl here, then we'll go back to Blue, Cooper, whatever his name is, and work our way from there. Then we'll probably take on the Spearow that's here. I've still not got around to finishing it. I get busy. So what happens with me is I play it for a bit, and then something comes up, and then I have to put it down, and then I don't pick it up back up again. So I want to get, like, maybe I'll do it on that week before October. Maybe I'll have a look at it then. In Scarlet and Violet and play the game then. I don't know. It's just trying to find game. There's more games I want to play more than it at this point. Oh, you asshole! Only because I wanted to switch into Zubat. Not a lot of things you can do with Zubat at this point in the game. Is the berry here or is it inside? It's inside, you can see that little divot. I just want to strengthen those little boys up before we take it on so that Nidoran has a decent chance against Spearow. So what we'll do now is we'll head on over to blue and we'll take on the optional rival fight, and we'll come back when we do. Okay. Okay, guys, we are back. We're just gonna take on good old-fashioned Gary now. Hey, you have to get a Pokemon League. Forget about it. Probably don't need badges, don't you? Gather when you prove out them. By the way, if you get your Pokemon and you get any stronger. Yes, they did. I have now 4 poison types. And I need the additional experience, so why not? Look, my Pokemon's got a flying type move, Gary. Or Koopa, or whatever you want to call it. Does this Pidgey have Ghost? I remember that the starter doesn't have its actual move yet. It doesn't have Ember, or War, or Bubble, or whatever move it's meant to have at this point that it should. God, I'm going to enjoy poison pointing people, aren't I? I think what we'll do at this time is we'll switch out into Zubat. Since it's on poison, we'll get it its first experience. Never mind. Go on, tackle crit, please. Really? Sand attack works on flying type? Okay, cool. I don't think sand attack would work on the likes of Zubat. And well, as I remember, Charmander. Yep. Like I said before, doesn't have Ember, so we should be okay. Do this. And then switch out into, well, either or. Do we want to go star for star, or do we want to go with just straight pure attacking damage? I do like making the rule where I have to fight every trainer on every round. That's a nice rule. I like taking them all on. I don't like dodging trainers. There we go. Just for the extra EXP. At the Pokemon League's problem with tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. Should quick dawdle and get a move on. Was this always here in terms of Red and Blue? Because I can't remember actually doing it. I was so focused on other stuff when playing Red and Blue all that time ago that I just forget. You can go up there now. You can get past because you've got the Boulder Badge, but obviously you're going to be stopped later on. Like, is that optional battle with Gary, is that in the original, is that in the original game? Yeah, and then we get stopped here. I just can't remember. It's one of those. It's, you know, so many. You can only have so much Pokemon knowledge rummaging around your head or rattling around your head before you forget some of it. So at some point, it just falls out of mind. Right, what we'll do then is we shall heal up and then go to that level 14 trainer and fight her. And hopefully not lose anyone. See you in a moment. Okay, we're back. Now we've got to take on this guy with the Spearow. I'm going to try and Leech Seed and then go for the into Beedrill. We're trying to take every trainer down on each route. I don't like leaving stones unturned. No cane. Fight a defensive play first. All we have to do is stall. So, oh, he could get a 5 times Fury attack. That's always a positive. The less damage he does, the happier I be. So, After he does that lead, after we do this, I'm going to switch out into Megalon. Just to get the debuffs off. He's definitely looking at going for a big peck or a big Fury attack. Hence why I went for the Growl. I know we could probably go for a Fury attack here, but I'm just going to switch back in just to get rid of it. I don't want any crits, any debuffs screwing me over. I don't mind a Growl. I do less damage, I do less damage. I'm going to eventually beat him. Interesting goes for 2 Growls. I wonder if that's affected by the fact that he is also, you know, it's awful. Never really liked Spearow. Don't know, something about it. Like, maybe it's because when I was a kid, this sprite was ugly to me. Or maybe it's because I as a child watching the anime, Spearow is that Pokemon that chases Ash and Pikachu and almost kills them. I don't know. Probably one of those things. I don't know. Spearow and Pharaoh don't really do anything for me. Right, and I think that's every trainer in Route 3. Now let's move on to Mount Moon. Isn't there a rock here that has an item or something? Maybe thinking of something else. Right, let's heal up and then we'll go into Mount Moon. Yeah, Koraidon and is it Myriadon? Just translate to basically portmanteaus of Ancient Dragon and Future Dragon. Creative Pokemon. Thumbs up. Hey, they sound like legendary names. I'm not really. Again, I'm not a big. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the biking around on them. Something about it doesn't sit right with me. I understand why they did it, as you know, it's interesting to look at. I can't say it's not, but I don't know. It just doesn't. To me, I'm just looking at it going meh. I'm thinking it's not that. It's interesting in terms of having a legendary around with you all the time. It's one of that. Is it that much of? Is it that interesting of a thing now? With the fact that legendary is a diluted term in Pokemon, to say the least. That's one thing I always wish Pokemon did. I always wish they reduced the amount of legendaries they make. They do make an obscene amount of legendaries. I think it started with Generation 3 personally. Like, okay, in Generation 1 you've got what, 5? You've got Mew, you've got Mewtwo, who's like, you know, Mew's a legend. Literally, it's a legend. They even say it, I think in Pokemon Mansion, it's in one of the books. Mewtwo is an experiment of that legend. So, okay, technically it is a legendary. Then you've got the 3 legendary birds, which in the future we'd learn have got some sort of important role, as they're under Lugia. And then Generation 2, you've got the 3 legendary dogs. And then Ho-Oh. And then you've got Celebi, which has got its own little thing with nature. Then Generation 3, it just sort of spirals a little bit. Like, not the fact that I don't like a lot of the legendaries that happen like after Generation 3, but I just think there's way too many. The whole point of legendary is they're meant to be this sparse commodity. like, you know, Regirock, Registeel, Regice, I all like. I don't really have a problem with those guys. It's more like Latios and Latias. I'm like, is there a point to this Pokemon at all? In terms of, you know, making more lore about the Pokemon world, or is it just something you guys wanted to do? Like, okay, Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, land, sky, and sea. I get it. I know it looks sort of cool, yeah. That's the thing. You don't just make something because it looks sort of cool. I mean, there's got to be reasoning behind it. And then in Generation 4, they just went like balls to the wall with like, okay, you like legendaries? Well, get ready for some. We've got Fiona Manaphy. Okay, you got Heatran, Shaman, Darkrai. I mean, Darkrai's pretty cool. I can't really crap on Darkrai. And Cresselia sort of balances out with Darkrai being the dreams and the nightmares. Like, the whole like middle three of like Heatran, Manaphy, and Shaman, is it really like, I don't know, if you're gonna have a legendary Pokemon, shouldn't it mean some? I feel like if you keep it as a compact club of Pokemon, like I feel like if you have just a compact group of them and they have like roles in the world that keep the balance of like nature or something. I don't know, I'm spitballing right here. But wouldn't it be better that way? I expected that. $55 accuracy. Get ready for the first of them. Mm-hmm. See if I can squeeze it for a little bit more HP. Attaboy. Thing is, do I be greedy and try and sub in Nidoran? Potentially could die. Nah. Know your limits. Yeah. Now you can take on the normal types. I mean, technically you can. In practicality, you probably can't because your attack's bad, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. Probably should try and wake him up first, shouldn't I? How angry is Nidoran from Black Sprite? Look at that red hot eye he's got right there. I mean, I know Nidoking was trying to be is pissed in this Sprite, but I don't know. What happened to the Nidoran family? And they're all just angry. Yeah, go do some more stuff in test, man. More important things. And good luck, by the way. We gotta make it pretty clear though. I can go for about half an hour still. We'll probably make it out of Mount Moon. Figure out a way to beat Misty. We've got to be careful with how we use Ivysaur, because we're going to need it for some big battles coming up. Right, if we get Ivysaur, you never know. We could lose it. Potion. Never got the idea of to a Team Rocket. Like, yeah, we're strong, and I'm like, yeah, you have bad Pokemon. Try me, son. Ooh, well that'll make me clench. Right, okay. Swap out it is. We'll keep Biolantian. Not risk any of the boys on Rattata. I've been hyper-fanged enough in my life to know the pain. Never, ever pains. I'm not really a big sort of thing for poison. Do I need poison powder? I don't think I do. The other one, on the other hand, I do need sleep powder, so we're taking that. Get rid of Growl. I've got enough Pokemon that can poison somebody. And Zubats. Do I go back to Anguilla? Attaboy. Right, okay. Now for those wondering if we can get Moonstone for Nidoking and Nidoqueen, the answer is yes. There are two you can get. Both in Mount Moon. One of them, probably everyone knows where it is. One of them is a hidden item. The moment we're working on getting Anguirus up to speed, then we'll start working on the Zubat, because we've got a big battle against thingy coming up, haven't we? It's Gary, and the more Pokemon that can stand the hit, the better. No crits, please. Attaboy. Voltorb. I don't think it can go boom, but just for the sake of it knowing an electric type move, let's swap back out. Because I think he's taken enough damage. Screech, we'll probably switch back in. Just in case it has something like it does like crit tackle or something like that. Do I risk it? It charges. We got a bit lucky. Who knows? Could have been a crit tackle. Could have been a boom. I have no idea. And a boy, level 14. It's level 18 he evolves, I think. Right. We'll go get this first, then we'll take on that trainer. Do I really? Thank you for telling me. Heck to your heart's content, bucko. Maybe I should bring in Thingy for this, but nah. I was thinking about bringing in Zubat for this because he's easy experience, but I've committed now, so now well. Once he's at like he's at Bulbasaur's level, then we'll put in Zubat. We'll probably put Zubat in on the last that's about to come in. Because there's a lot of levels he has to make up. Plus, we'll get a new encounter at the end of this anyway. So we may as well try and stretch the EXP to more places. Alright, move up. And there's this guy here, I think, talks about, like, excavating fossils. Sometimes Brock PUC gives me a hand. What a nice guy Brock is, isn't he? What a guy. I always like listening about that. That's what I want more of. To me, like, the gym leader of a town is always someone who is more involved with the how that city thrives. Like, Brock is obviously, you know, works. I assume what would happen is he'd work at the museum, help with fossil digging, stuff like that with his Pokemon. I don't know, I'm just spitballing, but that'd be my guess. Like, I don't know, Misty. She runs like an aquarium in the anime. I always find it fun how the characters involved in the gym leaders are actually benefiting the town. Oh, this could take a while. I'm just going to turn off the music and put on speed up. So you guys don't have to put up with that. Because we all know what's going to happen here. I'm going to keep doing this until until I win. And I get my health back, and then he's going to go for absorb, and then we keep doing it until I win. It's just... it's a war of attrition, and I will win it. And the same with Bellsprout, unfortunately. He can growth all it wants. It is not help. It's not gonna help himself. There we go. And there we go with Miriam. As you get out of here, it's big. I can make it lost. Well, that's... You're on your own. Oh, oops, daisy. I accidentally pressed the speeder button there. Yeah, Zubat doesn't really get good until about... Well, until it's really closing in on Golbat, whenever it learns Wing Attack. So its moveset is just not that good. Like, I think you learn Bite. At this point, is it like 13 maybe? That's probably a better move. Yeah, okay, and here we go. Pulling a big job here, get Lost Kid, second Team Rocket Grunt. Getting all the experience from all the dudes. Suck that up, and then take a Fury attack to the face. Take another one. That was a big one, by the way. Yeah, you know what? If all 2 hits were like that, Megalon, keep throwing the 2 hits. Keep throwing them. As long as that gets a crit, I ain't gonna mind. And it's an Intimidate one as well. Damn. Don't have to kill, but okay. Ah. That was free experience then for Zubat. Yeah, you get Thief from here. You also get... What I remember... Ether? Yeah. Still not seen a Paras yet, and Paras was like the only Pokemon I'd be like, yeah, let's level up on. Because you obviously delete seeds. Remind me to heal after this battle, or when we just before the youngster, because the youngster's got a couple of Pokemon I don't particularly like. Try and learn Focus Energy. No, I don't know about you guys. I'd rather just hit 2 moves than hit Focus Energy. You know, just I'm doing math in my head. Like, I'd rather just hit the 2 moves, which would be, you know, equal to if I did hit a crit. So what's the point? That's the reason I don't use Focus Energy at all. I don't see the point. Should have gone into Nidoran there. Every bit of EXP counts. Okay, and let's heal everybody up. I think this one starts with a Rattata, if I'm not mistaken. So double kicking time. I don't feel right switching on Rattatas. Especially when they hit like a, you know, they can hit like that. Thumbs up. Probably switch in our Zubat. For added EXP. Nah, I'll just keep it on Agiris. Damn it. Okay, fine. I don't even have Thinky now, do I? Just remind myself to switch back to Coma so I can do this, and then face this guy who's got Geodude Onyx. So we're gonna get the XP off the off those guys. I don't think there's a rock throw. I don't think these guys know rock throw yet, so. What I remember about Onyx, it does no bide, so I should probably just go for the Vine Whip here straight. There's my Ivysaur. Goodbye, little one. Now it's time for your bulb to bloom. Not fully yet, but it's bloom, sort of. It's getting ready to bloom. Angry Bulbasaur. And there's the Moonstone, there is one, so now we can evolve our Nidoking. There we go. Now, I don't think there's anything here, but there are, from what I remember, there are some tiny mushrooms that you can get sometimes here. If you wait around long enough. Oh, damn. Finally, a Paras I can actually hit. And its AXP is, it's level 5. It's like the lowest you can get, level 5. Okay, and then we need to go up first, get the item. Try and protect some of those vine whips, so we'll go with a couple double kicks. Beautiful. Going off the time, actually, I think we only have time to get out of Mount Moon. And we'll probably finish it off today with our last encounter. How about that? Oh yes, a revive. I'm definitely going to use that. In rats is a bit awkward. Okay. Try the first sleep powder of the day. This is why Venusaur is just best starter. And then, because we're trying to keep our Vine Whip, just pummel him while he's asleep, as we do with all Pokemon. Golden rule: make them fall asleep, then pummel them. Tempting. Very tempting. Course. Well, no point going for the sleep powders now, we're just gonna waste turns. Maybe we can get away with something different. Just keep healing. Come on, just keep healing. That's fine, it's a full heal on Venusaur. I am much better. Cool. And then switch back into that. That'll do me. It won't kill, but this will. Or do I go for the Supersonic and try to be snarky? Nah, I don't. Just take the hit. He'll kill. Being stingy with my thingy. My PP. Oh only 4 levels away now. Now the long stretch. And just for the sake of convenience, we'll speed it up for you guys so you don't have to put up with it. Okay, and then we'll go into Anguirus. Remind me to level. Oh, hang on. Evolving. Nidorino. I didn't realize it was 16. I thought it was 18 he evolved that. Looks a bit more like Anguirus now on all fours. And then back to dealing with Pokemon. Okay. And again. Okay, no more Fury attacks for Megalon, I guess. Okay, just gotta heal up now. There should be 2 more trainers from what I remember. There should be a dude here, a rocket dude, and then the big dude at the end who is hoarding his Helix fossils. Right, I've just got to turn my volume on. There we go. And of course, we can't have nice things. We gotta have another. We gotta have another Pokemon that has to be defeated. Okay, let's get rid of this one real quick. There we go. Trainer. Team Rocket shall find the fossils, find Pokemon and a huge riches. Ah. Let's try and gear us. Let's see how he does against the new boy. Less damage. Not bad so far. Everyone who loves a missed 55, don't we? Right then, switch back into Kamazu. We'll probably switch back in, he's probably going to go for another move. And we'll peck to death. Can we not? Can we not? Can we not play this game, please? You know, how do you like it? Hi Megan, how you doing? I'm doing good at the moment. Just gonna work my way out of Mount Moon, get myself an Ekans, finish off the Monolocke for today. Got 2 more battles to do. And the next time I'm gonna work out how to defeat Misty. And the rival 3. How are you doing today? Looking at my hands been stiff recently. Like around the knuckles. Oh well, under the knuckles. And of course, we can't go 5 steps without an encounter. How are we doing, Zubat? How's the family? Go back to Anguirus. And pet to death, please. Boss. Okay, what we'll do is we'll get to the dude and then we'll just heal up. And prepare. Yep, this is where the other Moonstone is, if you ever want to get it. So now we can get both Nido King and Nido Queen. And can I go for a few steps about having an encounter, please? Greatly appreciate it. Okay, well, since we've not got Thingy, we've not got Nidoran at full health, let's go with this. And we'll speed it up for people's boredom. No, it's fine. Keep poison stinging, dude. I can hit a lot harder than you do. Right, just let me heal. Put the audio back on as well. Only got 2 potions left, so we're gonna have to be deciding who we're gonna use them. Of course, we're gonna go for Megalon and for Anguirus. And then we've got the one dude. Who's going to be taking all the XP from everybody else. Right. Let's go up here and find out. Stop, found these fossils, both mine. Well, there's Grimer. Let's hope it doesn't go for a minimize and we'll be here all day. I feel like Thingy's probably the best case sit here. Balancing. I don't know if it has liquid ooze. Could, I guess. Go for sleep powder and then we'll worry about that. Although, was liquid ooze a later addition? Can never remember. Let's go for straight tackles. Although that's going to take me a while. Maybe I should hold off. Let's try Leech Seed. Go on, show us liquid ooze. I know Tentacool has it. It's fine. Draining causes injury. Yeah, liquid ooze. Good old ability. There's that 95 accuracy coming in. Missed tackles. Although a crit will balance it out. There's a little nice level 13. There's the other poison type. Put that to sleep, and I know I can Leech Seed this one. The interesting thing is, I know this battle here is so like they expect you to get poisoned in this battle, just because after this is an antidote, which is really funny now. Because like I've got all poison types, I don't need to worry about anything. This will just be a battle, a war of attrition. Yep, because Smog, you know, 40% move chance of hitting when getting poisoned. Sorry, 5% chance of being poisoned, 85% chance of hitting. I think. Let's swap back in. What's the worst that can happen? A crit. Well, worth a shot. Well, heal out crit range, I guess. And then we get to swap back when the Voltorb comes in. Go for Megalon here, try and balance out some of the EXP that's there. This is not good. Don't like Screech. Screech is bad. Although 6 damage, that is well. Stretch. One thing I forget to do all the time. And here it comes. Doesn't seem like he does have an electric move, otherwise you'd think he would have gone for it by now. Doesn't really matter which fossil I take, but I will take the Helix because praise the Lord. I need all the hope I can get to win this. Interesting, you know, there's always that rumor of that, like, say Team Rocket used these because the fossil Pokemon could potentially benefit them in getting in trying to stop Mewtwo. I would have liked to see like Giovanni use one of them. That would have been interesting. Do I have any pets? I don't think I do, so I think I might have to go with Violante here. We'll tackle our way through. Of course not. It's never that easy, is it? So I think what we'll do today is finish off by getting our last encounter. Oh, we'll gain out Mount Moon. We'll check Mega Kick and Mega Punch, and then we'll get our last encounter and end it for today. Or maybe... I don't know. Want to save our next encounter for next time? Big battles. How's it going, Randy? Just finishing up now. Got out of Mount Moon. Got to get my other berry, just for the sake of it. Oh, oops, daisy. Missed it by one. Right. Do any of my boys, or can any of my boys learn those moves? Mega Punch and Mega Kick. I don't think they can at this moment in time. We've got a lot of quadrupeds, haven't we? Yeah, and none of them can learn it. Well, I guess it shortens it out, and it makes me feel better when I eventually lose something to stupidity. For now, let's just get the last item, which is raw. And then we'll heal up in Cerulean City, we'll get our last encounter, and we'll finish the day off. Like so. Okay, let's try and find our last encounter, which will be Ekans. Also provide, I guess, a decent foil for Zubat to try and get some EXP. Never mind. There goes the Ekans. Beautiful. Love a first time encounter. And it's Intimidate! If you've got a good nature, we're on to a winner here, son. Yeah, but you've only got Wrap, so I'm not that worried. Come on. Hit. Do the thing. Attaboy. May as well go for Pokeballs now while it's confused. And then once it breaks out of confusion, depending if we need to hit any more, we can do. Ekans, snake Pokemon, very common sight in grassland, etc. It flicks its tongue in and out to sense danger of its surroundings. And call you... I couldn't find another snake, a really snake one. There was one that was close to it being a snake, but it's sort of more of a dragon. So I call you Warbat. You've got like the Cobra sort of vibe going on with Arbok. And those have you ever seen like the new or the newest like Godzilla vs Kong? That's what those like flying sort of snakes are called. So with that out of the way, please have a decent nature. Careful? I think careful is okay. Is careful the like the defense swapping one? Careful is special defense up, special attack down. That sort of works for Warbat. They're not in this game. I know it learns bites, so bites are gonna suck. But you know, for certain moves, it's gonna help. So I'll take it. But for now, with this healing up, we've got 5 teammates. I think we'll wait for now, and we'll do this another day, which is hopefully going to be, I want to say Wednesday? No, it won't be. It'll probably be tomorrow or Thursday. But for now, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. For people on Twitch, all these Get Our Guides YouTube. There should be a link down below for me watching this. If you ever miss a stream, that's where it'll be. People on YouTube, Rumble, all those other platforms. This was all streamed live on Twitch. If you ever want to interact, watch live, you're more than welcome to. There should be a link in the description of every video that I do to the Twitch channel, as well as any other platform you wish to watch me on. I'd like to thank you guys for watching one final time, and bye-bye.